say, we got it. Alipofufuka dunia yote pale ilitingika, na misingi ya giza ikasambaratika ikaanguka. Hey, malaika kakalia hiyo mawe iliyoziba kaburi ya Kianane. When he pulled up in gatherings, demons were just trembling. Mention the name Jesus, ibitetemesha hii.
And I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Yesu anatetemesha.
Yesu anatete, tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Yesu anatete, tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. They call me son of the dawn. When he died in the flesh, he became alive in the spirit, preaching the gospel to the villains who had sinned in those days. Noah was obedient, and Satan was bound because he left his ground. Oh God, when you went up before your people, when you marched through the wilderness for your people, the earth was afraid of you and all the people. You overcame that, then now Christ is the hero.
And I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Yesu anatetemesha.
Yesu anatete, tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Yesu anatete, tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha.
And I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Yesu anatetemesha.
Yesu anatete, tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Yesu anatete, tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha. Tete, 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 tete. Yesu anatetemesha.
The operation nice and fitty. Roll one up, yeah. Things it can get tricky. Napenda komedi na mziki. Kama ni mapenzi then baby, ulinifanyia nini? Cause I really wanna get time, really wanna get time. You gotta know, yeah, like any time flies. Ntaku treat like I'm supposed to. If you just let me show ya. Ntakupa rest on my chest and my shoulders. I must have on my tele. I think him and I fell in love overnight there. Loving him since then. I must have on my tele. I think him and I fell in love overnight there. Loving him since then.
Without you by my side, I swear I'm not able face this thing called life. I feel I'm not stable. So you are my lifeline, my only power cable. Oh my amiable. Look at the stars shining so bright to get your attention. But we so in love, so magical. I'll never love again. Believe it's planning a future now. And when we make love, you taking all the pain away. Oh, Tina Timranade, universal love me ani chango atondenate. Pokna yudo machalo kodi ale moni ani bende. Abide Luanda ni Luanda migeno. Okana go pain, okana podi. I must have fun my tele. I think she and I fell in love overnight. Wanted her since then. I must have on my tele. I think she and I fell in love overnight. Wanted her since then. Without you by my side, I swear I'm not able to face this thing called life. I feel I'm not stable. So you are my lifeline, my only power cable. Oh my Abebo, Abebo. Without you by my side, I swear I'm not able to face this thing called life. I feel I'm not stable. So you are my lifeline, my only power cable. Oh my Abebo.
Was so scared to fall in love again, but your touch is everything. Niseni, siseme, when you're my everything. Scared to fall in love again, cause your touch is everything. Niseni, siseme, when you're my everything. When you're my everything. When you're my everything. When you're my everything. Oh, was so scared to fall in love again, cause your touch is everything. Niseni, siseme, when you're my everything. Ah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
A good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. A good morning, boys and girls. My name is Caroline Murote, and this is Sheversations. Karibu na karibu tena to Sheversations on this beautiful Friday morning. How are you guys feeling? How has your week been? Have you had a good week? I've had a really good week. I've had a great week. Just spending it with community. You know, to a year, and I'm feeling good. All right. So you let me know how you're feeling at Caroline_Murote and at Power Radio on all of the platforms. And then come on, nataka kutupigia directly, personally, is 0748379231. I'm going to say that again, 07483792 and 31. Sasa tumengishwa hapa na good songs into this show with good songs. Yes, 1,005 songs under Willie and Wodomolo saying Tetemesha alafu Brandy Mine and Kelo Max wame tuambia kuhusu Power a cable you're my abebo. Yes, and that's you, my loves, my Sheversations. So yeah, just brace yourself, stay tuned for our beautiful show, and I'm going to be back before you know it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Just a little bit, yeah. That money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit, yeah. Fresh like the sea, Bora Uhai, c'est la vie. All of these roads lead you to me. Make me spend all my money for peace and quiet mystery. Forbidden fruit is out of reach. I've got a hunch, a certainty. You make me spend all my money. Dice, a slap on the cheek, the thrill of the chase ends in defeat. If we are survivors, then we try harder. Most of my life I've been asleep. Who will I hold? Who will I keep? All of this talk is way too deep. I need to spend all my money. that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite. I wish that money make me fly like a kite.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Aha. Hii maisha lazima ukae rada. Ujue nani ni true na nani ni fake. Acha. Okay, si unanijua nikikami ukam through. Hata kama utakataa, mimi na wewe tumetoka far sana. Manze kuna time tulingangana. Kumbe ilikuwa tu ni njaro. Lakini saizi niko wise juu fake friends wamejaa. Itabidi umekarada. Watu watakuuse ku get ganja. Don't do chenye nilifanya. Trust in God and trust in your mother. Hao wengine don't you bother. Wanasema ati wao ni loyal. Wanakupimia kimoyo moyo. Walisema watauma kidogo. Walidhani sisi ni vibogoyo. Everything seems impossible when you're broke. Marafiki ndio hukutoka. Okay, me, wacha tu niseme ukweli. I've been feeling hopeless lately. Kwanza vile nilidhani they would get me. Nimetry kumeditate. Try kuona vile nitatry kunavigate. It's not too late to know. Ati nini ati wanakupimia kimoyo moyo. Wewe walisema watauma kidogo. Walidhani sisi ni vibogo. Let's go. Ready. Call me. Kuna mbaye anifaye. Kuna mbaye mali safi. Kuna mbaye anifaye. Kuna mbaye mali safi. Mali safi. Wanasema ati wao ni loyal. Wanakupimia kimoyo moyo. Walisema watauma kidogo. Walidhani sisi ni vibogoyo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Nyathi Jose Kongolo koro bet kanga mofo hero kete piny hero miyo aora otwo mayo niko karibu kulia zimesha nilipukia halo simu nikikupigia mteja ndo inaingia nyamama mapenzi menifanya kama fala nyamama aleki baby hata siwezi lala ukipenda umependa ukipenda umeshapenda ukipenda umependa mambo ya moyo hawezi kuelewa kaingo tachunya kwe asendi kowe kolabo nipea tukaidhi piwanga chwe wende mano weruka okanyalwe wanyachpala nakumbuka kuniita kwa kitanda amanjaga kosamandawa heramani miaga hema miapawa nyamama mapenzi menifanya kama fala nyamama aleki baby hata siwezi lala nyamama mapenzi menifanya kama fala mama, your mama, your mama. I like it, baby, hata siwezi lala. Ukipenda, umependa. Ukipenda, umeshapenda. Ukipenda, umependa. Mambo ya moyo hawezi kuelewa. Nindo tama, bedunia nindo kenda koya chama. Akina huzunisha, ona vile pilo zangu zimeisha. Anymore enough, stretching my hand up and you reach out. Na ni kama nimeshazama, juni penzi lako tu ndo nataka. Jogo makoro koruruna, uko na kuma upondo. Na mtafuta huyu kipusa, nimetuma na njiwa. Nyamama, 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 mapenzi menifanya kama fala. Nyamama, 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 aleki baby hata siwezi lala. Nyamama, 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 mapenzi menifanya kama fala. Nyamama, 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 aleki baby hata siwezi lala. Ukipenda, umependa. Ukipenda, umeshapenda. Ukipenda, umependa. Mambo ya moyo hawezi kuelewa. Alemo, alemo, monda yudie jahera, monda bedie bathi. Alemo, alemo, monda yudie jahera, monda bedie bathi.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations, and the time is 18 minutes past 11. Na sasa tuko kwa pale Okelo Max, tuko kwa Okelo Max ai. Yeye na watenda wili wamesema nyamama, nyamama, nyamama. Yes, we already agreed that my singing is less than pleasant, but mimi ndio niko itabidi mnipende venye niko, si ndio? Hamna options. Alafu mali safi pale Brandy Minor. Yes, and right before that, Spend My Money. Excuse me, Tetu Shani and Labdi. So Tetu Shani and Labdi wamesema Spend My Money. See, one of you just tells me that. Ebu mtu mwenye ameguzwa kuja niambia spend my. Ata kama ni thou, guys. Imagine I will spend it. Mimi sinanga. My standards are not that complicated. No, I'm very manageable. Yes, somebody tell me to come spend their money. I'll be more than happy. More than glad. Yes, this beautiful Friday, Mimi Nico, very excited. Lakini we still have to talk about what's happening. We still have to talk about the things that are going on. And so on the 9th of July, right, we had FIDA Kenya exposing protest sexual violence, where FIDA chair Christine Kungu revealed that at least 14 women were raped, some in gang assaults. So yes, on Wednesday tuliongelea some of these things, right? But sasa tunaona, there's a good number to it. 14 women, well, not a good number, but a specific number. We have better statistics, to know that these are the reported cases of women that are raped during the protest. And as a result, FIDA has activated legal and trauma support centers, okay? And we just really need to continue talking about the disproportionate harm that women face in civic spaces, and being very intentional about survivor care as well as justice. And then we also have Dr. Njoki Wamai and KNCHR's Irene Soila calling on the government to uphold constitutional rights and protect protesting women, warning that the attempts to silence women only amplify their resolve. And this happened on the 9th of July. Alafu tena with regards to FIDA, because FIDA is just they're superstars, okay? On the 17th of July at NCAJ, they had a meeting that pushed for women protest safety. And this particular meeting was chaired by Chief Justice Martha Kome. And in this meeting, Christine Kungu urged for integrated justice sector strategies, including protocols to protect women protesters. Okay, na sasa on the 11th of July, the opposition leaders demanded for the president's resignation following his shoot looters in the leg remarks, and opposition figures called for his going home. Wakasema let him be impeached, and since then 4 officers have been charged over protest-related deaths, right? So we're having conversations about accountability and escalating leadership crisis, because this is a leadership crisis for sure. And yes, let the government not be armed machinery against the people. All right. So those are just some of the stories. Na pia tumekuwa with hapa tuko na coastal women leading calls for dialogue, as well as conversations. Let's get to the bottom of this as opposed to protest. So that's what the women in Coast are saying. And in this particular meeting that happened on the 10th of July in Mombasa County, grassroots leaders urged youth to adopt dialogue over demonstrations, warning of property loss and youth vulnerability. I don't necessarily agree with that, because dialogue in our country, the patterns are not very reliable. Yes, not because I don't mind or I don't desire dialogue, but hey, it's a bit gaslighting to tell young people, let's talk about it, when we don't, as a country, we don't listen to young people. Yeah, but on to a happier piece of news. We've had the Kitale Film Week raising youth and regional voices, and the 2025 festival showcased African and Kenyan films, a lot of them by women, and school-targeted education through film and the visual arts, as well as rural outreach, and there were panels with women filmmakers. So I'm very excited to continue having conversations of activism, can't speak today, spotlighting young women leaders, women who are game changers in those industries, and women-led initiatives in the creative economy, the storytelling, film, and all of that. And then pia hapa mwisho tuko na Susan Kenya, who has been awarded for women entrepreneurship training, and she received 10,000 euros. 10,000 euros. We'll start Googling how much 10,000 euros are in Kenyan shillings. 10,000 euros Harambe Award in this particular year for her. Fanikisha, we've been shouting out Fanikisha, FIDA, those are organizations that have been shining. So she got that for her Fanikisha and Mwangaza program, mentoring 800 women entrepreneurs in Kenya. Right. So that's just a little bit of why that's happening, right? And the reason why we share some of the stories is because we really do need to spotlight what's going on in our country. We need to understand what the landscape looks like for women, especially in matters sexual violence, matters lives being lost, matters protest protection, particularly for women, especially for women, and just looking at what the governance and leadership space is looking like for women. Women going out there in leadership spaces, women who are actually making very strategic policy decisions that affect women's livelihoods, and just shouting out artivists, right, who are in the film spaces, creators, storytelling, really putting out civic messages out there in a way that really amplifies a social change. So let's continue sharing. If there's anything that you would like us to address, any story that has caught your fancy, that you feel like hii tunafaa kuongelela, you let me know what's going on near you, around you, and let's continue having this Sheversations. So right after this music break, we're going to get into our powerful woman for this particular Friday. So enjoy this next few jams.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Take you when you need the rescuing. I'ma risk it, cause they wouldn't get the best of me. Gee, unanichanganyanga, ukiwaka waka, na kustopa unibamba sana. Anything you do, when it comes a star, you are my everything and nothing. cause nitakukumbatia. Juu sitaki wacha uende, nitakukumbatia. Tena na tena na tena. Hata ukikuwa na shida tutaweza tu, tutahandle hizo vita, yatapita tu. Nitakukufaitia, anything for you. Nitakukumbatia we.
Tena na tena na tena nitakukumbatia. Tumina kupenda. I know we got wishes and a couple of dreams there, so we're in the right time, my dear. But nina idea na nide na bia, so tushike wima. Cheki tunaweza weka feel kwenda juu, tuko high na vibes ni right. Tunaweza atafika night basha side juu vibes ni nice. Lona toa mapenzi kama enzi zabo mali kwenye nyi wapenzi wangu, na kawe ni hater nisha kusema kwa mamangu. Can you damn me not after the habu? Cause I'm saying I'm a mama's boy but these streets is safe, so my mama's really gotta love you. I'm saying I'm a mama's boy but these streets is safe, so my mama's really gotta love you.
Dance back a day. Chukila tena when ni ka Valentine's Day.
Unajua siwezi dance, wacha niwenta jembaras. Unajua kuna was, wacha ni wewe, yani wewe. Okay.
Sit to dance back a day. Chukila tena when ni ka Valentine's Day.
Unajua siwezi dance, wacha niwenta jembaras. Unajua kuna was, wacha ni wewe, yani wewe.
Anything you do, when it come and stop, you are my everything and nothing comes between. Cause nitakukumbatia, juu sitaki wacha uende, nitakukumbatia. Tena na tena na tena. Hata ukikuwa na shida tutaweza tu, tutahandle hizo vita, yatapita tu. Nitakukufaitia, anything for you. Nitakukumbatia we. Sit to dance back a day. Chukila tena when ni ka Valentine's Day. Sit to dance back a day. Chukila tena when ni ka Valentine's Day.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Pray that we all make it. Sending love to the inflated body, ready to jump now. I see me down, jump now. I see me down. Pray that we all make it. Sending love to the inflated body, ready to jump now. I see me down, jump now. I see me down.
I say hold up, been a minute. Very last times when I've reached my limit, gonna get on up. Time to get it, no straightforward. It's a great leap forward to the zone. To the zone. Bringing that mood till the sun goes down. Now we on. Counting my blessing, I know what I got, so
Pray that we all make it. Sending love to the inflated body, ready to jump now. I see me down, jump now. I see me down. Pray that we all make it. Sending love to the inflated body, ready to jump now. I see me down, jump now. I see me down.
I don't know what the future brings. Love me good, hold me good, love me now. Not the time or the place to pretend. Hold you good, love you now. Saw the sun and I'm thankful again. Every season only come to an end. I don't know if I'll see you again. Na 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 na.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
There must be something in the air, oh Lord, I fear. I feel like I'm coming down with virus. Hey, temperature rising, what am I seeing? I need visine just to see things clearer. It's no long thing. It's you that I'm wanting, yeah. Taking over my body, spending 17 days with you in quarantine. Oh, it's no long thing, yeah. It's you that I'm wanting. Hey, cause baby, you're so clean. I think I found vaccine. Cause your love remedy, you're my remedy. Baby, you're so clean. I think I found vaccine. Your love remedy, you're my remedy, yeah. Baby, you're so clean. I think I found vaccine. Think I found vaccine. I need a doctor ring ding. Come inject me with your vaccine. You're the real deal, the others them trial. Hangi komili, I leave them in denial. The only drug I care for, medicine to my pain. Addicted to you, baby, dripping through my veins. Oh, it's no long thing, you I'm wanting. Hey, I'm calling, I'm falling, I'm all in for you. Stop fronting, hey, you I'm wanting. Hey, love me before it's too late. I'm running fever, baby, come and cool it, yeah. Cause your love remedy, you're my remedy. Baby, you're so clean. I think I found vaccine. Your love remedy, you're my remedy. Yeah. Baby, you're so clean. I think I found vaccine. I found vaccine. Vaccine, I need a. I'm calling. I'm falling for you. Stop fronting.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning, Tena. Before afternoon, nimesema good morning the last time because it is actually 20 minutes to half past the day. Half past the day is 12 noon hapa Sheversations. In case you're new and you only don't know this because you're new. Yes, so welcome to Sheversations, you who is new. And my name is Caroline Murote. Hapa tunakuanga every Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this is a space where we amplify female voices. So that's what we've been doing so far in the past 40 minutes, accompanied by some good, beautiful jams. Speaking of which, tumekuwa na Yani Wewe, Brandy Mine and Wanjao, Jam Now Simmer Down by Blinky Bill and Aussie, Vaccine by Fender Getu, and Yenye Mini Bamba Sana Size, Unity by Blackie Boy and Panda Muziki. Already I'm excited to get into today's powerful woman. Every single Friday here on Sheversations, we celebrate a woman that's doing extraordinary things. Okay, we celebrate a woman that is actually, like, yani anabamba too, like she's actually in her own lane, and she's doing a good job because we vent a lot here. Hapa tu kuna kwanga na mashida mingi kwa hii show. I'm not gonna lie, because women in this country are going through it. So I really enjoy when we're celebrating people. I enjoy when we can actually, just have a look at people's wins. Right. So today, let us shout out Wawera Njiru. So let me tell you why we're celebrating Wawera Njiru. You'll be like, "Sa huyu ni nani? Who is she?" She is a CEO and she's a founder of Food for Education. Food, the number 4, and education. And she's been nourishing Kenyan schools with dignity as well as scale. Now, let's get deeper into huyu msichana ni nani. She was born on the 27th of January 1991, a millennial. Shout out to my fellow millennials in Roiro, Kiambu County. Akasema yeye atasomea nutrition science at the University of South Australia. So huyu hakuwa anapigana na bedbugs na mende huku kwenu. No. She studied at the University of Australia, University of South Australia, and that was a nutrition science. Yeah, alafu ametoka a working class upbringing, and she turned her passion for meals into a movement. Imagine unapenda chakula and you make that a living. Yeye na boina hapa. Okay, kama ujui boina, fix your life, all right? And so what does she do? Food for Education actually provides hot, affordable, and nutritious meals to over 500,000 public primary school children in Kenya's low-income urban and peri-urban areas. Wawera tumemshout out hapa mara mingi, but we've never gotten into who is she, right? And honestly, by tackling hunger, she has been boosting school attendance, because I'm gonna go to school to eat food is a lot of kids' mindset. I'm gonna go to school because uko napata chakula. Do you understand? Because kama if we're not well off, there's so much motivation. Okay, so much motivation as to why I would go to school, because kuna chakula. Like if you've ever slept hungry or you've stayed bila chakula and it's not optional, ujui, like you don't have an option, hakuna alternative, hauna chakula, una pesa, hauna otherwise, you know what having a meal given to you means. So yeah, she's been boosting school attendance as well as learning outcomes, because a child who has a full tummy is able to focus on whatever is in front of them, as opposed to the hunger in their tummy and the psychological stress in their minds. Yeah, and she protects girls from skipping school. So why does this story matter? Why does the work that Wawera Njiru is doing matter? Because it's a female initiative. It is bridging public health as well as education as well as social justice, right? And it's just showing you how you can turn your passion into a beautiful hustle that's actually impacting, because we're always saying that hapa tunataka social change, tunataka impact, we want transformation, we want progress, we want results that can be measured. Okay, that's the whole point of all activism that happens. That's the whole point of all of these conversations, is what are we actually changing? So when we look at examples of people that are actually getting this done and doing it successfully, it's very inspiring. And what it does is that representation and use having something modeled to you tells you that it's doable. So whatever it is that you're trying to get done, I need you to just pay attention to this example, what this lady is doing and how she got there. All right. So if we were to look at somebody else, right, would look at Charlotte Magai, because I have a couple of examples of women who are doing a good thing. So we are shouting out a second woman, Charlotte Magai Sindio. So she is a climate innovator and a founder of Mukuru Stoves. Mnasikia yo stoves. Apa tunaangalia chakula. Leo tunaongelea chakula. And Mukuru is a slum, Kruajenga. If you know, like it's a slum. It's not, the happiest place on earth with regards to availability of resources. It's not somewhere that you're going to find an affluence of resources. So you already know that the kind of people, majority of the people that live there are actually, in need. They're underserved. So our climate innovator and founder has founded Mukuru Stoves, which actually creates clean cooking and climate justice for Nairobi's Mukuru slums. So for Charlotte Magai, alizaliwa 1993 in Mukuru slums, fellow millennial, and she was unfortunately orphaned by the age of 10, and she became a teen mother. And then akaendelea na masomo, akasema no, mi nitangangana, and she discovered the deadly environmental impact of charcoal cooking. Millennials wenye hamjawai pika na makaa, ebu raise up your hand. I congratulate you for surviving a whole era of poverty, because as much as it was normal, do you understand what it actually does to the environment and to a human's body when you're always inhaling that smoke? Unaweza kufa. Do you know that if you light a charcoal stove in your house to keep you warm, and you don't have enough ventilation, do you know the toxic fumes? Nimesahau the name of the gas that it releases. But you can die in your sleep peacefully. You can commit suicide without committing suicide. Like, you wanted to light the stove, but you're not trying to die. So you can unintentionally kill yourself. You can accidentally kill yourself intentionally. Okay? Please follow the English. Because of a charcoal stove. So that is what Charlotte Magai realized. And on top of that, the plot thickens. Her daughter was injured by a stove. Yeah, and Charlotte actually used this crisis to innovate a solution. So what did she do? She founded Mukuru Stoves in 2017. So it's been running for a good 8 years now, 9 years. Beautiful. And this initiative, Mukuru Stoves, produces clean burning cook stoves that reduce pollution by 90% and cost $10. Thou. Okay. And the stove has been adopted by millions across Africa, right? So she's not just doing business here in Kenya. And this has been dramatically cutting smoke-related illnesses and a fuel cost. Okay. And let me show you how relevant the work that she has been doing is, in that in 2022, she received an Earthshot Prize. So she was an Earthshot Prize winner, and she received a £1 million grant to expand her vision. And so she's actually known as the Queen of Africa by Prince William for her climate leadership. Mimi hata sijawahi msikia. But the people in Buckingham Palace know about her. Right? Ebu tuangalie sana the people that we know. Mnajua hawa maceleb wote, but you don't know people that are actually doing impactful work. Let's do better. Me, I'm so happy for you because you have Sheversations. Now you know, okay? Venye tu pia mimi, I found out about her as I was doing research for this particular segment, is the same way. I am very happy to bring this information to you and to just also show us that there is value in going out to seek information that matches with what you want to achieve. If you care about climate, go and look for people that are doing good work. If you care about women empowerment, go and look for people that are value aligned, that are doing similar work. And you'll find that you'll be less frustrated with the empty nonsense that is on social media and the celebrities that you just celebrate. Celebrity, I feel like celebrity is like good, and then celebrate, like I'm making up words, guys. I'm putting like you should do the opposite of celebrating them. So that's celebrate. That's a word that I'm making up right here, right now. Yeah, let's stop celebrating people for doing nothing. It's nonsensical, and we need people like Charlotte to be the celebrities because she's actually doing a lot. And on top of the Earthshot Prize winner 2022, 2018 before that, she was a winner of the UN Women's SDGs and Her Award. Where her stoves directly impacted health, women and girls who spend time cooking and are disproportionately affected by whatever charcoal would do. And the fact that these things are hella slow. Oh my God. Githeri yako itaiva kesho. Itaiva, but kesho. Because tell me why your cereals will be on the stove for 5 hours. Kabla mkule sapa. This, like somebody would miss school because they have to cook supper because you need 6 hours. Sasa, you're trying to leave class early because you're going to be in trouble. Your parents or your mother is going to shout at you because mbona hujapika, and you know that the stove that you have is going to take 6 hours for that food even. So that's very, 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 very sad. So if you come across a Charlotte Magai, mwambie hapa tunam-shout out. Mwambie hapa tunampenda, hapa Sheversations. And if you know a woman that's amazing, a woman that's doing something that's inspiring, vitu zenye hatujasikia kama hizi stories za Charlotte, Yawawera, we know about it, right? But let me know so that we can have a conversations with those women here live on air and also just talk about them, shout them out, and show you that it's possible. It is doable. Every time nakujanga hapa nawambia, do this, it's because it's doable, and it's because if we actually believe that we can achieve these things, then our country would be better off for it. Yes, so that has been our powerful woman and powerful women for today. So let's jump back into some good jams and Narudi very, very shortly.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Jana hukudai riba, leo unaimba, vile nakumada. Mwezi umefika kwa kona, unaniona mini danda. Stima imeanza kubip, sasa anani beep. New phone, new business, yeah. Gesi imekauka, na unga imepanda bei. Kwani haujui hali ya uchumi ni mbaya, je? Wapi wale wote ulikimbilia, vitu vikiniendea mbaya, we? Kama hungeniringia ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia, kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, chumi ni mbaya, sijisikie vibaya mpenzi, tutapitia haya sote. Sema vile umenimisi, jinsi unanihisi, tena nifurahi. Nimetuma zile za pikipiki, si uje tule mbuzi na viazi karai. Eti wataka nije nikakupika, umejipoda wafi na vumbi haikufai. Uski, petroli ilikauka, na uba zikapanda bei. Kwani haujui hali ya uchumi ni mbaya, we? Kama si kiburi chako ningekuwa nawe. Uliza benki ya dunia, vile raia waumia, kusikia gharama kubwa za maisha zimefilisisha. Wapenzi na waseja wanalalamika nje. Chumi ni mbaya, chumi ni mbaya, sijisikie vibaya mpenzi, tutapitia haya sote. Taarifa ambazo sasa zimetufikia, wanandoa wapigana kama mabondia. Pesa kukosekana kweli ni hatia, wangapi kila siku wanakatisiana ya uchumi mbaya.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Baba, nitafutie kazi huko serikali, kakuna kanafasi niwekwe bahali. Akiana nisitambia mtu huku. Baba, shida yangu tunia mapato, sinishikanishe na kaparastato. Wakiniita tutaona na kando. Vijana wanataka kazi,
nika apply. Je, kuna kandarasi tunaweza wai? Nikuulize, si unajuanga mtu huku mama, mambo yako nitakona hii weekend. Mi sina noma na kugawa pa DM. We wakumbushe tunipostiwe huku. Vijana wanataka kazi, wana elimu, nguvu na vipaji, lakini Kenya hii kumejaa wajuaji. Kupata kazi huku ni roketi sayansi. Vijana wanataka kazi, kwani maisha ngumu bila kazi. Sasa Nairobi mji umejaa majambazi, ni wengi wanategemewa nyumbani. Wafanye aje na sikupenda kwetu, ni vile hali inaleta presha. Ni kitu gani? Sikupenda kwetu, ni vile hali inaleta presha. Ni kitu gani? Kupata kazi imekuwa kazi. Wasichana wanataka mtu ana kazi, watoto wanataka nano wipes na diapers. Maisha kweli ni ngumu bila kazi.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Baby, you and I both know I wanna be yours for sure. I told you that I had my flaws. You told me I was so much more. Na ni kweli baby, si uongo. Nilikupenda sana from before. Ni vile niliogopa kitoko. Unaweza kuniambia no. Niliogopa na ndio maana mimi nilitoroka. Sikutaka nyuki kuchokoza. Sasa nimeamua tena sitangoja. Nilifungua roho nilipokuona, kama mapenzi moto yameshanichoma. I never used to believe in love until the day I saw ya. Nimetaka sana unipe more. And baby, if you ready, let me know. No. Nimetaka sana unipe more, yeah. And baby, if you ready, let me know. No. Someone call police. Ameniteka in so deep. Nimeshindwa kuresist na siwezi contradict. Someone call police. I'm never gonna leave. My love is hers to keep. My loving is for real, yeah. Nilifungua roho nilipokuona, kama mapenzi moto yameshanichoma. I never used to believe in love until the day I saw ya. Nimetaka sana unipe more. And baby, if you ready, let me know. No. Nimetaka sana unipe more, yeah. And baby, if you ready, let me know. No. Nilifungua roho kama mapenzi moto. See, I never used to believe in love until the day I saw ya. Nimetaka sana unipe more. And baby, if you ready, let me know. No. Nimetaka sana unipe more, yeah. And baby, if you ready, let me know. No.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
wateja, lakini kila siku nikipiga na kupata mteja. Boy child sina kitu right now, I got much baby if you want love. Johnny vile unakwanga umeweza, siamini neza pendwa na demukae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae, neza pendwa na demukae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae.
Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga, vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga. Round and round you take me, nashinda tu is how cheki, na pass nikimedi, whether you were in or out, to me it's the same thing. Siamini neza pendwa na demukae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae, neza pendwa na demukae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga, vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga,
Combo boy over here. Basi kama mapenzi ni Dre when he top walai, unani drive crazy when I drop top walai. Started thinking about you when I can't stop walai. My love for you is connected to your hotspot walai. Ooh, the best lie is the truth. Umeniroga umenifanya naroga kwa booth. Triple D stills unanikunywa vismooth. I wanna love it like I can, I wanna love it like it should. Yeah, so kana nendangu nenge kendo chawo. Protection when give you to you so organic and raw. Usiwaini chocha bro, cause me I keep it pure. I'm on my max so ready, so come over let's go.
neza pendwa na demukae, na kwanga nimededi nae, kila kitu yake mina dae, ndo maana na kwa manae. Unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga, vile umejibeba, unanitesanga, unanitesanga, tabia imeweza, unaniwezanga, unaniwezanga.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, wacha nikwambie mimi nimeamua to shout out another powerful woman because her story is truly inspirational and this is on your baridi. This is the reason why this is relevant, guys. We know that June and July are cold, and Sai, it's a happy 1st of August. But something, a conversation that we were having on Leonie Friday, a conversation that we're having here in the office on Wednesday is that climate change actually means ku affect watu in a very personal way, and we're not realizing, like the high rate of people getting sunburn. Watu hawaelewi that the reason why your whole life ujajua sunburn ni nini, but in the past 3 years tumekuwa tukipata sunburn and it's become a reality even though people are not dealing with it well because we're still not applying sunscreen, is because the way the climate is, the way the sun is shining, the rate at which the sun shines, the frequency, like when, what time, how long, how often, is actually affecting our skin. It's actually affecting our skin. Number 2, Mimi, I'm not a climate expert. Lakini, just as a human being and doing research, you're able to educate yourself. Our relationship with water. Unapata too the way, the rate at which you drink water. I've asked a lot of people this conversation. Unapata squeezy, there's kuna venye, our bodies are just tumetulia tu bila maji. Like people are barely drinking water. We are barely getting thirsty even on a hot day. And this is so interesting to me because I'm like, so what we're going to do, tunatafuta madaktari. and people who understand how the weather and climate change is actually affecting how our bodies are right now. Because you see that your internal system, the relationship between how the weather is changing. I'm not gonna lie, I've not done my research on that. So I'm putting it to you mniambie. And if you know somebody who understands the relationship between how we are taking in food, how we are taking in water, come and then we're going to discuss. Let me know who that person is and we can have that conversation. Like in your skin, pia a dermatologist akuja atuambie wanapatanga what kind of clients and has the kinds of skin issues that people are facing. Have they changed across the board? Since COVID, since before COVID, and when? And is it actually relatable to climate patterns? Ama ni stories za jaba, because me personally, it's very easy for me to get sunburn on my lips, very easy for me to get sunburn on my face. My whole life, me growing in a semi-desert, growing up in a desert, Pale Botswana, hot country where most of the year is summer. Winter is 3 months, the rest of the year is summer. The rest of the year is hot, the sun shines in a kuchoma, wewe kama burnt sacrifice, come a burnt offering. That's how hot it is in, like, just Google how hot it is in Botswana. 40 something degrees was normal. 37 degrees, 38, 39, 41, 42. Let me tell, that was a normal temperature in summer. Like, that's a normal temperature. Like, you're not shocked. Okay, so niambia why my whole life growing up in a hot country, my skin was not getting sunburnt. Alafu naenda pale at the river pia nachomeka tena. Like maka, like pale at the river Desta, nachomeka for 7 good years. And still, no sunburn. And then COVID comes. We stay indoors for a few months, and then all of a sudden, at any given opportunity of being in the sun for 2 or 3 hours, a part of my skin, my lips, which I realize this is a very sensitive part of my face, because it gets sunburnt easily, alafu hapa juu ya forehead. And I've been asking people, and people are like, yeah, nowadays I get sunburnt, and you realize you don't think about it until you sit down and start discussing. So the reason why I want to shout out this particular lady is because she's actually a climate justice warrior, because we need to be having these conversations and understand how this might continue to affect us moving forward. Ikuwe kitu serious, because if we don't, itatupata by surprise. Yet there are people who have actually clocked it. There are people who are actually going ahead, and there are people who have realized that not taking care of our environment actually has detrimental consequences. And the couple that I've just talked about right now are just but a few. They sound minimal, but they're not minimal. They're not minimal, because if we're talking about skin, we're also talking about the potential for cancer and, just all of that tonight. Like, I'm not even trying to make anybody panic, but it's extremely important. So this particular lady, anaitwa Sharon Kenyanjui. Who is she? She's a climate justice warrior and a founder of a Green Girl movement. Okay. And why is she powerful? Because number one, ni Gen Z. And I'm always going to be celebrating how young people are making a difference. Okay. If uko pale mid 40s, late 30s, imagine, I'm not surprised that, like, you've had time to achieve things. But for young people who are changing the narrative and they are not apathetic, that's really beautiful to me. I celebrate the potency of youth. A young person who decides to use their youthfulness for others. You're not YOLO and me peke, me, myself, and I. You are actually doing stuff that makes a lot of change for a lot of people. So she's a Gen Z girly, and she mobilizes Gen Z women to lead climate action through art and protest. And what does she do? She forced a policy U-turn on dumping in Nairobi River, March 2024. She has been documented by BBC Africa and as well as Green Girls, the site, because her organization is called Green Girls, or rather Green Girl, one girl, right? And who is this lady? She was born in 1995. Oh, see, Gen Z, ni millennial. She's a young millennial. She was born in she's just 2 years older than Gen Z, so ako tu apo, 1995 in Mathare slum, and she grew up playing near polluted rivers. So you also understand how your background can also be a source of inspiration. And fast forward, she actually dropped out of Kenyatta University to protest admin corruption. Like, Samista Soma ukuju mnachoma, mnatuharibia. We understand 2016, 2017 was a very highly contentious time for public universities in this country, as well as private ones as well. And in 2018, She started Green Girl with 5 friends, painting murals of extinct species. So this is what we talk about when we say artivism. Like Nisawa too, you are an artist, you have a desire, but how do you actually use it to create social change? So how this does that is that you've seen this mural, and then you ask yourself, how is this relevant? It brings attention. It creates conversation. And once you put awareness on something and conversation is created, that's the beginning of the change being created. We can't change something if we're not talking about it. Yes. And so now for Green Girls, tukona 10,000 plus members across 8 countries. That's crazy. And the statistics are as recent as 2024. And she won a Global Citizen Prize in 2023 for climate activism, right? Imagine that. Isn't that interesting, right? So this our girlie has said, you can't eat money, you can't drink oil. Climate action isn't woke, it's survival. And then Pia Kasema, what Madare taught me, dirt isn't ugly, it's just misplaced value. It's just misplaced value. Okay? So anywhere you go na kuna uchafu, it's misplaced value because that plastic could be recycled. Those batteries will go wherever batteries go. Okay? Sasa, it's a slum, but Brazil, Pale, Rio de Janeiro, I'm trying to remember which other place has a very beautiful ghetto where you make it a hub of art. Germany as well. A lot of very, you'd think Germany haina ghettos, not the kind of ghettos we know about in Africa, but it has its own informal settlements where there's a lot of graffiti on the walls. And Germany is one of the places where informal settlements have a lot of beautiful art. And it's like, let's beautify the slums. Whatever it is socioeconomically that's not making us happy, let's actually use art to amplify it. Let's make it beautiful. Let us make it a tourist hub, and intentionally set up systems where this money from tourists actually comes to change our society. Not that I believe in poverty tourism, but let's make it beautiful where it's poverty tourism. You're coming to see how creative and innovative the young people or the artistic people of this community are, as opposed to, let me go see how poor people are living. Okay? So there is that level of engagement. Okay, so I'm going to jump into something right about now, just a couple of jams, and then Tuna Rudy Hapa, and we'll get into today's topic.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
I saw you from the very first time. Unavojilegeza ukiwa nami. Niwe niwewe mpenzi wangu wa kweli. Inekende jaherana ya anaheri sechete.
Wanaponda, lakini kuna wengine mapenzi ya ukweli wanaomba hawayapati pengine. Wangare kaide tukega. Wangare. God bless your mama. Wadhania muradhime. Wangare. Wangare.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
How do I start this, bro? I love you guys. Jeez. See, shit like this don't happen for everybody. And I can't count how many times I thought that you would leave me lonely. But y'all stay by my side, my real ride or dies, light up my life. I promise Sijawaski, I had to take the time to tell y'all just how much I appreciate you. Take the time to really celebrate you. Don't need a special occasion. I don't need a special occasion. To tell y'all just how much I love you. Tell y'all that I really, really always be about you. Let this be a reminder for you. Just know that I'll always come through for you. One up in the air for the niggas that hold you down. And one sing with me. Ooh, uh-huh. Ooh, uh-huh. Ooh, uh-huh. Ooh. Ngejua pali nilitoka, ngejua mbona naogopa mtanitoroka, woga wangu inanikoroga. 'Cause what did I do to deserve you? I hope I make you feel the way I do. I'm hoping that you know you've got me too. I'm hoping that you know that I see you. Take the time to tell you just how much I appreciate you. Take the time to celebrate you. I don't need a special occasion. No, I don't need a special occasion. Just to tell you just how much I love you. And to tell you that I'll really always be about you. Let this be a reminder for you. Just know that I'll always come through for you. Yeah, one up in the air for the niggas that hold you down. Yeah, one up in the air for the niggas holding up my crown. Nyini watu wangu wase, nyini watu wangu maze. Sitawahi kuacha msijale, sitawahi kuacha msijale. One more time,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations, and the time is 22 minutes past half past the day. That means that it's 22 minutes past 12. Bado to Power Radio, the place where we tune in and power up. So power to you, my loves. And today we are talking about Cool Protect Wasani and just supporting female artists in our country. What does that actually mean? One of the ways is I'm going to shout out the beautiful jams that have just played right now. So tumekuwa na Wangare, the remix by Jivu and Susanna. We also Wangare wanapendwa. If your name is Wangare, then love to you. Mapenzi kwako. And then Mama na Baba, Fee appreciating the people that raised us. And another appreciation jam, because that was the theme, is Watu Wangu by Zenia Manase saying Nyinyi Watu Wangu, Nyinyi wasiwa maana sana. And that's what Zenia Manase is saying. We need to be appreciative. We need to actually appreciate artists. We actually need to support artists. So those who are support jams is the beautiful flow into what we are going to talk about. And we're talking about going beyond lip service. How do we get beyond lip service? Like, tuachane na hii hype and ask ourselves what actually empowers women creatives in Kenya, right? Real change. Sai tukisema we're supporting artists who are women. Tunasemaje? Okay. And we're going to look at the different ways to look into this particular matter. The first point being tokenism. Tokenism is mi nimekuweka hapo as a girl. We need girls, so lazima uwekwe, right? So it's similar to that gender rule, but different in the sense that you see there's all these white people and black people are gonna complain. So let's just put a black guy in the movie who has no relevance whatsoever to the storyline. They don't do any justice to the fact that this is a black person. So you're not putting the woman because you believe that the woman has value. You're putting the woman because you're going to be in trouble if you don't put a woman. So it's the intention, and venye inafanyika, you can tell that you don't value women. You don't think that women are valid artists, because if you did, then you wouldn't be putting this woman here, putting them on, putting them up, giving them this opportunity as a last resort, okay? That's what tokenism is. And tokenism is actually a lot of what we see in the industry versus real, genuine support, right? And now when it comes to tokenism, tunaonanga pale kuna shida ya funding as well as access gaps. Like, women are struggling to access the industry. What do I mean? It means that there are no gender quotas in most national grant programs. So if 3 million US dollar grants are being given to artists in Kenya, unapata that there isn't a specification with regards to there must be women represented here because women artists exist and women artists are a real thing. So if six different men wanapata easy grants or 6 different male-led organizations get these grants, then that's fine. Wamepata juu wamepata. So you're not actually understanding the contexts, the different dynamics that mean that most times women are not going to be the ones leading organizations. Because of how the industry has been set up, you actually have to put frameworks in place that allow women to access those opportunities to begin with so that they can compete for these grants equally, right? On the same scale, right? And so a lot of women actually rely on crowd funding, that's Mchanga, GoFundMe, Patreon, to launch even basic projects which cut into creative energy. Because now you spend a lot of your time asking for support as opposed to actually creating. And a lot of women juggle day jobs. Guys, this is not to say that men don't, but we're looking at why are women really, really, really affected? So what we're doing is we're zoning in, into a space where, why is it a struggle for women artists? In case you've never understood, why can't they just do their thing like men? We're having this conversation right now. And a lot of women artists, you find them juggling day jobs as well as unpaid community workshops and passion projects. And they often end up, now this is where the kicker is, they end up earning up to 60% less than men for the same work. So do you see where the systems are disproportionately affecting women? Yeah. And then early funding access is limited for women despite equal talent. So if I want to go do a project, there's a way that the industry, who are the producers, who are the gatekeepers, who are the godfathers in that particular music space. Music is the example I'm using right now. Those structures are actually going to affect who is going to know about this funding to begin with, who is going to respond to this funding. Why? Because if 60%, 90% of the people in the music industry with regards to power systems are men, nisangapi mimi nitajua what's going on? Because I'm not at the seat making decisions. And that's not because I lack talent or initiative or leadership skills, but because women were locked out. Like, men prefer to work with men, and when they're working with women, a lot of the time is objectification and tokenism. A lot of the time, sijasema kila mahali, don't fight me, please. Okay, right. So once you've understood tokenism with regards to, funding and a lot of these things, then you realize that, okay, there might be a reason why women artists are not shining. There might be a reason why, if I'm not just there to shake my bum bum, you're not interested in the value I give, because a man can go into the studio, calligraph Jones, Papa Jones, and a girl comes and does the same thing because, a lot of the time, Femiwana sport tuonesha thighs, guys, a lot of people in the industry would not support her. Did you guys see? Me now, Lisa, I want you guys to tell me if you've seen how when Femi One started, she was genuinely like a hardcore rapper. Like, she's like, I'm a hip hop girl. Nakuja hapa na hizi mistari, and see now that she's actually gotten to where she is, how she presents herself. I'm telling you, the industry requires you to sexualize yourself in order for you to be relevant, because Amesha hit, now she can do what she wants. But a lot of what keeps you relevant as a female artist is your image. Calligraph Jones ame bleach, apa uso ni yellow, and the rest of it is black. And I'm kusema, isn't it effects a cocoa butter? And the man is still loved. Amejenga mansion yenye inakaa museum. We love it. Me personally, I do. Kenyans have roasted him. Guess what? He's still the GOAT. Look at women artists. The moment a female artist gets into a scandal, ama story, ama tu fununu, that's it for them. So we also have double standards, right, for artists. And I think Calligraph versus Femi One is an example of one has to do so much to remain relevant. Na mwingine anachoma, but they're given 6 million chances. And this artists are both wonderful. Talent-wise, they're hardworking, but anything else, as a woman, you have to work twice as hard to get just half the credit. So what do we do with regards to this funding manenos? Na hizi vitu tumesema. It's to launch women-only grants and micro funds. I've said it. There's people who care about empowering women. then create grants for women. And why are we saying, oh, for men, why are we not doing for men now? It's unfair. Because, guys, look at the industry who's already accessing these opportunities. So the reason why I am recommending for there to be women-only grants as well as microfunds is because otherwise they would never get it. It's like putting a plate of food in the middle of children, and then there's a really small child, and you've told these children, go and wash your hands, sit down, ready, set, go. Everybody eats, share nicely. I promise you this little child is barely going to get anything because there's bigger, stronger kids. And they're all kids, by the way. Si ati moja tapea mwingine. You have to put food on a plate for this child. Juyu mtoto does not have the ability to dharana, to scramble for this food as well as the rest of the kids. They literally cannot. So you have to take care of them. And at this point in this story, that's women. Not that women are not capable, but that the ability of them to just, it takes a lot of skill and muscle. If you've been in the industry doing your thing, it's not fair for you to compete with somebody who has no resources, who has no experience. And then now you're like, oh, why don't you build yourself? You didn't build yourself. You were given an opportunity and now you're keeping others out. And that's what happens in the space of artistry with regards to women. And then we also need to fund early career residences, right? Almost like the incubator program that what's her name? Modoni, the drama queen, did. And then also Empower Pale by Mr. Easy, Nigeria Ghana project. Just early career residences where you are literally training people, you're incubating them, you're working with them. Yeah, and you can do this via embassies, right? The programs like the ones I've mentioned, right? The Empower, the Modoni Drama Queen. And then, another example is a Kenyan Film Commission, corporate CSRs. You could fund those kinds of things if you're interested in supporting women artists. Decide that for our CSR, instead of doing the typical whatever it is that Kenyans love to do for CSR, we love children and children's homes must always be supported. But there's so many different kinds of CSRs. If you're an artist-oriented organization, your CSR could be to go and buy graffiti for girls in a particular neighborhood. And not graffiti, spray paint and materials. Provide for them security, food, transport them to wherever they're supposed to go, get them to do this project, document it, give them, do a documentary, put it on the socials, create for them LinkedIn profiles, tell them to upload the rest of their work, and then put them out there and empower them to be enabled to get more opportunities. Because Mina is the most talented person, but with no visibility and with no financial literacy of how to monetize my craft, you have not empowered me. And why some of us are where we are is so that we can lift others up, okay? You learn what you learn so that you can teach the next person. You can charge them to teach them, but if you never, you don't want to pour out what you have, people around you won't grow. So wewe utakuwa superstar peke yako. And you're not going to build anybody. So, and then now tukona shida ingine ya visibility bottlenecks. What does that mean? A lot of major galleries and festivals still favor male curated lineups. They just want what they're used to. They want what they're used to. You don't understand that empowering women means creating space for what you're not used to. Women work differently from men. If you've had men in an art space, now we're talking about the visual arts, You've been working with them for 20 years, 30 years, 100 years, and women have never been there. Women are not going to respond, react, communicate, organize the way men do because they have to figure out their own ways, and their own ways might be different. Even if they have figured it out, it's going to be different. So a lot of people in the art space that have a decision-making ability are used to just continuing. We've always had male cameramen. Sasa, why are we hiring a lady? Sasa ataweza. You don't treat her like she's just as capable as a man. There's just a lot of speculation. Like, are they really competent? Female producers in a space where the producers are mostly male. Is she really competent? Like, you already, you're speculating on the fact that this person is not competent. And yet you don't ask that about men. You just assume a man is good enough and akichoma, mtajua akichoma. A woman, you're already like, hey, Nancy, kucha huku kuchoma. Oh, tumempea a chance. That's not even encouraging. It's the reality, but that shows how we get to a space where women are left out. I want to say unintentionally, but I want to say that the systems, now that we know about it, if you know up, if you're here having this conversation and you understand how these things happen, then it is intentional for you to lock women out. If you do, you're listening and you're processing this information, and you can see that women are actually left out of, a lot of artistic spaces, like the art galleries, where, you're not going to have a lot of that. A lot of women artists showing their works. And we also have algorithms that reward hyper-sexualized visuals. And I've given the example with Femi One. Whether she would say it's her choice or not, it's something that we have seen across the board. Across the board. You see, when an artist is starting out, they are very fashionable and style, but then they become popular, and the more popular and famous, the more money, the more access to stylists and access to funds, then the more naked they become. Okay, so whether it's your choice or not, that shows that hypersexualization is what is regarded, and what this does is that it penalizes thoughtful and political art by women. Because if, as a woman, that's not what you're giving us, then what are you here for? So what that means is that that's objectification, because we're reducing women to what value they offer to the world only in the aspect of the physical, cosmetic sex. So if you're not selling sex as a woman, then, what's your value? That's what's happening in a lot of spaces. And even when quality matches, right, with regards to now what's being produced in these artistic spaces, men versus women, or just men and women and their art, their work, their potential being put side by side, you find that women's artwork sells for less at fairs and auctions. Because of who is actually curating the price rates, who's actually stabilizing, who's deciding what sells for how much. So there's just a lot of traditional patriarchal, just thought systems with regards to the value of women in professional artistic spaces. Okay? And I can give this example with chefs. The best chefs in the world, as per qualification and fame and accolades, are men. It's not because women don't cook better. We know that women traditionally, because of experience and attention to detail, cook better than men. This is a fact. Even the men who cook well, when you find women that cook well and they're on the same level, you realize that this woman, because of who she is as a woman, she has wider experience. The man cooks because he's a chef, but outside in life, he might lack other experiences. And I understand that this example is not the same across the board, but it's just an example of, it's a system that in the salons, you find that the most, like in a world that's, where it's not your ghetto salon and whatever, in urban spaces, the best hairdressers are men. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not because they do it better, but because there's a system that allows them to rise up the ranks, meaning that how we empower women with regards to their career progression isn't that great. And this is the same story when it comes to art. Now, let me give you an example, right? Going back to the galleries and the art displays story, we have Anjabala Foundation that trains women curators like Lydia Gatundu, because they've realized it is necessary. And then we have ArtX Lagos Access Prize, right, which uplifts early career female African artists. So this is what we're saying that needs to be done. And then we have Photo Vogue's Women by Women highlights, 150 top female photographers. So Vogue is a woman's thing, right? Not always, but often, like 90% of the time. And so if you're going to celebrate women, you actually need to provide opportunities for women photographers. If you're a woman gallery owner, or you have a space that you curate, that you manage, then how you can make a difference, even as a man, is to actually show how intentional you are. Because if you go into the statistics of your organization, if you go into the archives and the records, how many women has this organization actually supported? How many women have been given an opportunity in this space? If there are no women coming, then go look for the women, because you understand society isn't encouraging women to be at the forefront of anything other than sex and taking care of other people in the home and even in the workplace. Okay? These are facts. This is a reality that we have lived. So these are not things that, tunashuku. No. And then tunapatanga in the spaces of inclusion, women often appear for diversity optics, tokenism again, but they hold no decision-making power. And a lot of women-led initiatives are actually left out of budgets and boards. They're disregarded because traditionally in professional spaces, even in art spaces, women are not taken seriously. So it's the same language of, please stop disregarding women. Give women the same chance to prove themselves as you're giving men. If you look around the room and there are no women, because of how the history of, whatever industry has been, just go get the women in that industry and hold their hands and get them into the room. And understand that they're not going to move at the same rate at the beginning because hawajazoea, they need to catch up. But they will catch up because women raise us. Women hold systems together. Women are leaders. Women are nurturers. We know that women are good leaders. So them not being out there means that there's a systematic breakdown. And that's what we're saying. Bring women in, right? And we have Iklia collective in South Africa and Womanifesto in Thailand that challenge institutional exclusion. So they're like, where are the women? Our job here is to just come and see the women. It's okay. We don't care what you're doing, but like, how many women do you have in your organization and what roles do they hold and why? So just creating frameworks for organizations to make sure that we are beating the toxic systems that keep women who are qualified in those spaces out. Qualified. Okay. So we're not just saying bring women because they're women. We are saying if women graduate for this, from this course, if women actually in this industry, where are they when it comes to decision making? Where are they when it comes to receiving opportunities? And that's the aspect of all of this that we're looking into. Okay. We also have Astria Foundation that supports LGBTQ plus and women of color creatives globally. All right. And so let's continue demanding parity on curation or jury boards, as well as funding artist-run spaces led by women, because this means that you allow more women to fall into that space because we understand each other and would appreciate that, hey, I know how hard it was for me to get into this space. Let me support another woman because I understand the unseen and invisible struggles she might be going through. And the emotional labor she has probably done that was unpaid. We've been talking about emotional labor. This is an ongoing conversation. And we need to continue creating pipelines, leadership pipelines for women in arts governance, because women are so creative. You'll enter most homes and women are the ones who decided this chair should sit here, this photo, that's something that women are naturally good at, making things look good, making things sound good. So there is no way you're going to tell me that women are just not serious artists. That's not true. When it comes to food, dressing children, taking care of significant others, taking care of the home, beautifying, come on. Like when a shop is run by a woman, it's probably going to be more aesthetically pleasing than if it was run by a man. And there are things that men do better, but there are things that women do better for sure. So in the space where we are getting opportunities to prove ourselves, especially in visual things, aesthetic related things, things that sound good, the arts, creative, expressive, women are more expressive than men. This is biologically proven. Let's give women opportunities in those spaces, okay? Now, the Kenyan women are actually winning, right? So just looking into why support matters, especially in activism, especially in creating visibility and encouraging agency. So we see that Kenyan women are doing the thing, but they're invisible. So visibility is a big part of this conversation. And we have artists like Jeb Chumba and Masai Mbili that have global acclaim, but lack local infrastructure. Uku, we don't know you. Yeah. And they get fellowships abroad but face funding droughts at home. It's very sad because why should a Kenyan artist prosper Uku Nje, but in our country, we don't even know who they are? Those are systems. This is not even about the genders. They're systems that do not allow women to prosper, right? It's not a let's fight men conversation. It's a why would this award-winning globally recognized woman not be prospering in her own country? You have to go abroad to prosper, to survive. Yeah, and we have many grassroots artists that are self-taught and systematically unsupported, right? we have an example of Belgian residences that go to Kenyan women, but local equivalents are rare. So you find wazungu wanakuja huku wanatutafuta, and now you have to go to Belgium and learn a whole new language as opposed to being able to do it in your own community. Traveling is great, but let it not be that women artists are thriving uko because huku hakuna. Let it be, I went there because I chose. I went there because I loved it. I went there because it was an informed choice and not just sikwana otherwise, okay? And another example is that we have an African digital art platform. Founded by Jepchumba, right? That supports Pan-African digital artists. Shout out to you giving back. And again, we have Masai Mbili using murals and youth visuals for storytelling in Kibera. So the fact that these are not household names in our country, hata unajiuliza huyo ni nani? That's exactly the point. Why are they globally recognized uko nje internationally, but uku hawajulikani? Systematic, exclusion of women in art spaces. All right. And then, so activism, guys, which day in, day out, ni kazi yangu kushout, justice, human rights, governance, activism, right? It's an undervalued civic tool. Even a lot of civic spaces do not take activism seriously because there's just a lot of very interesting conversations around that space. Meanwhile, women creatives are painting murals. They write protest poetry, guys, and they make justice-centered videos, right? Their work records violence, offer healing, right? And they reclaim our public narratives, but this rarely influences policy. So where's the gap? And I'm going to give an example where we have Kenyan filmmakers calling for IP reform and youth inclusion. Women. And then we have an organization called AWDF and other funders backing feminist collectives content wide. So this means that there's a lack of support. We are not taken seriously as women artists. You're painting, you're protesting like, women are not protesters. Women are, yes, we are. Yes, and protest poetry, protest art is a thing, and especially by women, right? And what we can do to lessen this problem is to host, just have conversations, right? Just have a lot of artivism conversations and continue to highlight the voices. You who has a platform, you who has social media, you who has a WhatsApp status. Put up the work of somebody who's actually doing this and let your friends know that this person is doing this thing. It changes the social systems where if I see somebody's post doing something that I can do artistically, then I have an idea of, pia mimi nikikasirishwa na gava. If I'm protesting, I can also do it in a song or a poem because I've seen an example. Mombi Masharia, wametuonesha hizi vitu. That's somebody who does protest poetry or has done protest poetry. And pia tunaweza endelea na finding community workshops that merge art with civic storytelling. That's everything that Power 254 does. And we'll continue by including women creatives in policy making and advisory forums. Don't make decisions for artists when you don't involve. Do not design projects and timelines for artists if you don't have artists there to tell you this is what I need. Okay? Have artists in the room. Ask artists questions. They may not communicate in the same language that you expect, but they communicate in their own way. Where's ichora hizo vitu? You can't make that song. You can't produce. You can't photograph. You can't edit a film. Okay? So why do we expect artists to have the same language as people that are not in artistic spaces? Why is it not clear that if I go to France where they speak French, why would I be shocked that they don't understand my English? Artists are very different from everybody else in the sense that mimi venye naelewa mambo, my value is in creating. My value isn't in sitting down and creating the best structured PowerPoint presentations. There's somebody who cannot have this conversation. Brilliant. Wanaweza andika tens of thousands of pages of content, which also I can do for the record, but they're not able to come on air and have this conversation. This is a skill, also a talent that might come to me naturally. somebody who draws, somebody who's doing graffiti, somebody who writes a song, records a song. There is a part of themselves that's alive that's not necessarily very activated in other people. So in the same way that I don't expect Michael Jackson to be in the boardroom explaining a 6-page PowerPoint document, do you understand? Is the same way Michael Jackson will not be expecting somebody who can do a 60-page PowerPoint document to be in the studio recording and going through his creative process. So as much as we are using tools like this to bridge the gap between the community and using art for social change, we need to also be realistic about, bring artists along into the spaces that allow them to monetize their work and do all of that, because that's the only way. Okay, policy making, have artists in the room and allow them to communicate how they communicate, because it's about their art. It's about, this brings value. Imagine the world without art. There's a quote that says that the earth without art is just air. If you spell out the word earth without art, umebaki na E na H, it's just air. So we also need to understand how to value artists in a way that does not reduce their value. Okay? And so just very briefly, when women are supported, what happens? What happens when women are supported? Yeah. We have examples of grants that worked. We have Arthi Gallery. Arthi Galleries Kenya Creates. Yeah, that was a fellowship, and it offered mentorship, space, and finances to young women creatives. And then we have Munyiri Fellowship that explored and explores to date feminist expression and creative leadership. So these initiatives are working. We have Art Moves Africa that covers mobility for residences across Africa for women. And then we have Prince Claus Fund and DAAD Berlin that support Kenyan women artists. So it's doable. Now we have examples of all of this, and in case you want to understand what has been achieved, then you go over to their sites. So that's Adi Gallery. Their program is called Kenya Curates. We have Munyiri Fellowship, that's NNAWIRI Fellowship, and then Art Moves Africa, and then Prince Claus Fund. Look at the work that they're doing with women, and DAAD Berlin. And realize that when women are supported, you have just a lot of beauty, right? And then when we have institutional commitment, the result of that is having like a Kenya Film Commission's a creative economy roundtable, right? And what happens is that they include women in IP and investment conversations, which means that women understand how to turn their artwork into investments and, intellectual property protections. So that's something that's working. We also have Lydia Gatundu, who is advocating for national art gallery policy in Kenya. So that's a woman who understands the intellectuality behind the structures of the business of art, not just the art making. And that's a woman who institutionally is progressing women's work in the artist world. And then Photo Vogue. Yeah, everybody should have their Vogue moment, be framed and become a celebrity. And so Photo Vogue is leading policy change for visual creators globally. And we know Vogue works with women. What happens is that you track policy outcomes regularly and have a look at how is it affecting women, how are women disproportionately affected, and what are the wins that we actually have when institutions commit to working with women. What happens is that we also have a lot of lobbying for women because we have created awareness, and so organizations actually understand. They understand how to participate in creative economy laws. And just a couple of shout outs before we round this up is Uweza Gallery in Kibera that helps women monetize their work. So that's a community powerhouse. Shout out to Uweza Gallery. We have Masai Mbili that we've already talked about that offers grassroots storytelling hubs. And we all know that storytelling is one of the heartbeats of Africa. We are verbal storytellers, right? And then we have Creative African Network that supports cross-border mobility and collaboration. So yeah, I'm Msichana wa TZ, wa Uganda, wa Kenya, we can come together and actually collaborate on something that matters to all of us, and that essentially brings unity, it brings visibility, it brings exposure. Okay, so let's continue let's continue with the good work of supporting women, yes, by gender targeted funding, right? Visibility and mentorship, and having very structural policy pushes, and then just putting out a lot of noise in community spaces, in art ecosystems. So are you an artist that draws? Find the girlies that draw. Are you a graffiti artist? Give a girl close to you a spray paint can, and digitally support women. Post their work, tag them, give them opportunities on your pages. And so shout out. I'm going to close off with a couple of quotes by artistic women that are doing good work for women, and structurally as well as in the creating of the art. So we have Teresia Chalo, who says, isn't life funny having your work stolen by a brand and then that brand's work gets restolen by a bigger brand? Kwa kweli dunia ni daura. That's what she said. And she's a brass sculptor and a jeweler that was featured by Beyonce. That's crazy. Imagine being featured by Beyonce. That's wild. We have Jep Chumba, right, who we've already talked about today, and she says that she's a founder of African Digital Art, which was listed by Forbes and The Guardian, right? Your hot stuff at that point. She says digital art is activism and shaping narratives outside gallery walls. Digital art is activism, shaping narratives outside gallery walls. Love that. So instead of the art inside, the art outside. Yeah. And Lydia Gatundu Galavu says, we need our own policies, national gallery representation, and decision-making seats. So she is a curator and founder at Howard Artists. So I'm excited. I'm excited to continue having conversations that empower women and to see how we can educate ourselves on the behind the scenes of the creation process. What do we actually need so that women can have money, can have systems, can have organizations, and we happily coexist and co-create with men without women being left out, and without men being the only ones experiencing the beauty of art, because it is beautiful when we create together. The sirs and the gentlemen and the artists of the world, we want to create with you, and we also want a seat at the table. All right, so whoever cares, shout out a woman artist and let them know that their work matters, and let it be a support of substance. What to me too. So send me 200 shillings, guys. I love you guys, and you guys have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Go and do something artistic and make sure that you share it with somebody that it matters to. All right. And this has been our Sheversation for today. And I'm going to leave you in the good hands of a beautiful jam, Kamakawa. And I'm going to see you guys next week, Monday. Continue shouting out whatever you love. You are the jams you want us to play, conversations you want us to have, and people that you want us to meet. 0748379231 at Caroline_Murote on Instagram, at Power Radio everywhere. The hashtag is #Sheversations with Caroline Murote. And until next time, I'm going to love and leave you. Bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
I'm the leader of the pack, how I dream mini wolf. I'll chase you down like a rat on the highway. I take a pull and make it back to me. I chew, I walk, don't mess with my brain. I love it when they underestimate. I'm always under there, I investigate. Deep down, wanna draw me the truth. Phenomenal woman, one time fade the youth. If I had $1 every time that they try me and fail, I'd be the richest mother in here. I'd be that with the moolah, give up. I would give up every dime. I don't want it, no. I don't want it, no. Give ya. Round 2, what you gonna do to a youth gal who got a legion of fans behind me? Astute, kinda cute, a good head on my shoulder, so my Rini signed me. Uptown invested, Mtaani still respected. I've got a long way to go, for the far I've come, you will respect it. If I had $1 every time that they try me and fail, I'd be the richest mother in here. I'd be that with the moolah giver. I would give up every dime. I don't want it, no. I don't want it, no. No way. Miss me with it. Miss me with it. Miss me with it. Nimekuwa na siku refu, so usinilete, si tuko na shida zetu, zako usitulete. I can't dige hotter than a kona motion. Kiku yangu imesha hapo. Nimekuwa na siku refu, so usinilete, si tuko na shida zetu, zako usitulete. I can't dige hotter than a kona motion. Kiku yangu imesha hapo. And that brings us to the end of it. I'm just doing it for the hell of it. And I'm hella lit. 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 Hella lit. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? She.
From Sun